Good evening everyone and welcome to Halloween Havoc. Right then, we're kicking off the night with the SWE Hardcore Championship match, and it's Electroshock who earned this match only a few days ago when he eliminated the Undertaker in the YouTube Tag Team Championship #1 contendership match. So tonight Electroshock is wrestling twice. He opens the show up with his Hardcore Championship challenge, but he'll also join Chessman later on this evening in a match against Rated RKO, the Acolytes and Decay for the YouTube Tag Team Championship. So Electroshock could walk out here tonight as a double champion, and he's only ever had one match ever in SWE, and he's earned himself 2 title matches in it. You can't write this, can you? Undertaker then making his first title defense after winning the belt last week. He defeated Terry Funk in the main event of Halloween Havoc in an incredible last man standing match, and now has to defend it against the man who pinned him only a few days ago. I really like this Electroshock core. It's mad that we haven't used him before. It really surprised me when it was his debut a few days ago. He is someone that I have rated for many, many years, and someone who I have seen for many, many years as well in some of the AAA shows that I've watched in the past. So the fact we never used him before is crazy, and he's really burst on the scene, like I said, demanding not only a YouTube Tag Team Championship match, but also the Hardcore title now. Now this is a Hardcore match, of course, so no disqualifications, no countouts, pinfalls and submissions count anywhere, weapons are not only allowed, but fully encouraged. And I don't know where to go with this one, of course. As I said, Electroshock pinned The Undertaker only a few days ago. But granted, it was a big multi-person match, and he might have got the final pin, but he didn't do all the damage himself. I mean, a one-on-one match is a very different concept. However, The Undertaker had built up a lot of momentum last week. Of course, he won that 10-man Monsters Ball Gauntlet match to win the opportunity to face Terry Funk. He also won a War Games match alongside the Acolytes and Midian against the Wyatt family. He then defeated Terry Funk in that Hardcore Championship Texas Death match last week, before then also defeating Mordecai in a casket match. So 4 massive victories for Undertaker in the space of only 10 days. But it was Electroshock who completely halted that run of form and momentum. And now it's all down to Electroshock here to try and go that one step further. Like I said, it's very different. Eliminating Undertaker in a match that had 7 other people in it is one thing, but going one-on-one against the Deadman, one of the legends of wrestling, is very, very different. And I do think that Undertaker is going to be the favourite to win this one, even if Electroshock only pinned him a few days ago. But then again, I said the same thing only last week or the week before with Yota Tsuji and John Moxley. I said there's no way that Tsuji beats Moxley twice in a row. He did it. And he walked out with the Underground Championship. Electroshock there, great Dragon Screw. And remember, the winner of this match not only walks out Hardcore Champion, but is also guaranteed the chance to main event next week's pay-per-view. Of course, ECW's November to Remember. At the moment, the winner of this match will face the winner of Mike Awesome, Shane Douglas, Taz and Terry Funk, which will be the match we shall see tomorrow. Great lineup tomorrow, by the way. Tomorrow we're starting off our November to Remember with Rob Van Dam versus Tajiri, Jerry Lynn versus Dean Malenko, and then that Mike Awesome, Shane Douglas, Terry Funk match. We've also got Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis in a 2 out of 3 Falls match on Tuesday. Sabu versus Hayabusa's planned in. We've got the Dudleys versus Public Enemy in a tables match. Sid Vicious versus Rhino. Chris Benoit versus Sabu. Stone Cold Steve Austin or Blonde Austin versus the Sandman. Hayabusa versus John Cronus. Bam Bam Bigelow versus Spike Dudley. We've got some cracking matches lined up for next week. Looking forward to that one. As The Undertaker now taking down the straps, showing that he means action now. Normally when he takes down the straps like that, it means there's a big high-impact maneuver coming soon, and it could be the last ride for Electroshock. This could be a very quick, successful defense by Taker, but Taker not even going for the pin. He wants to prove a point, and it hasn't really worked out for him, has it really? Let's have a quick look at the ranking system, by the way. The Undertaker is on plus 17 after 60 matches. That does put him in 14th in the ranking system. And Electroshock is on plus 1 from 1, of course. That victory in that YouTube Tag Team Championship #1 contendership match alongside Chessman. Electroshock now with Taker up on the shoulder. Taker slides free, taking Electroshock up. He's already been hit by a last ride. Now the tombstone pile driver. That could be and should be and maybe game, set, and match. It's not. It's only a 2 count. Wow. And of course we have 5 big matches lined up for you this evening. This is the first of 4 championship matches. Next up we will have the Devil's favourite Demon match. Kane, the Fiend, Belcegor, Demon Balor, Demon Liger, Muertes, Difunto, and Danhausen. After that, we'll have Jazz defending the Women's Hardcore Championship against Victoria. Then we'll have that YouTube Tag Team Championship match, Rated RKO versus Chessman and Electroshock versus the Acolytes, Farouk and Bradshaw versus Decay's Abyss and the Beast Mortos. Before our main event of the evening, Juventud Guerrera defends the Cruiserweight title against Eddie Guerrero. And I'm going to butcher a lot of names in that one, as Electroshock now raining down the strikes on the grounded Undertaker. Electroshock now bringing Taker back up to a seated base and dives in with the cutter. Electroshock now rolling Taker over. There's a boot right into the spine. And now dropping the knee, but Taker able to move out the way. And there's that big boot flattening Electroshock. Boot in the back of the head as well. Taking our big knee strike. Squeaky chair. Undertaker now with a sledgehammer right into the ribcage. Wow. Really painful there. Drops into the pin. That could be enough of the damage done. There's the one. No, only a 1 count. Okay. Undertaker now sending Electroshock into the corner. Runs in with that big stiff lariat. Electroshock flops middle of the ring. Taker stalking once again. He's already hit some big ones. Now he goes in for a second tombstone pile driver, and that surely is enough to reinforce his position as the SWE Hardcore Champion. There we go. The Undertaker retains. Electroshock drops down to a 0 after 2. The Undertaker, with that win, is going to move himself back up to a plus 18. And you've got to wonder what state Electroshock is going to be in for his Tag Team Championship shot later in the night now. He's got a couple of matches to rest and recuperate before he's back out. But he's taken a last ride and 2 tombstone pile drivers. He's never going to be at 100% later on, surely. There was that last ride by Taker. This was pretty early in the match as well, to be honest. And it could have been enough, but it wasn't enough at that point. He didn't even go for the pin, did he? Taker slid out the back of whatever Electroshock was going for then. Hit the first of the 2 tombstone pile drivers. And again, that was not enough. But it was the second tombstone pile driver at the very end that was enough. You saw the sledgehammer right into the ribcage before then stalking the grounded opponent, bringing him back up to a standing base. And then the tombstone pile driver on Electroshock. And there we go. That is enough for the 1, the 2, and the 3. So Undertaker retains. Let me mark on the ranking system that he defended versus Electroshock. Oh my god, I can't type at all. At Halloween Havoc 2025. There we go. I want to start doing some more like 24/7 ones as well, just backstage stuff, but we'll see how that works. Cross that bridge when we come to it, maybe. Right, let's move on. Right then, here we go. 8-man elimination match. The Devil's favourite Demon match. 2 debuts, and I didn't realise that that Fiend attire had a different mask on the back of his head. Okay, that's creepy. Yeah, 2 debuts in this match. The debut for Belcegor, who you can probably tell is the looks like the demon-looking one. Doesn't really narrow it down, does it really? The one with the horns doesn't really narrow it down either, does it really? The one currently fighting Liger. The one holding his knee, there we go. And Difunto, who is the guy about to drop a knee strike or a boot right into the head of the Fiend. Of course, you've got Kane on the outside, Demon Balor on the outside with him as well. You've got Danhausen fighting Liger in the corner. This is Demon Liger, something he used a few times over in Japan. Muertes, of course, we know about Muertes just through. That's Belcegor now on the outside. And then, yeah, Difunto. So debuts for Difunto and Belcegor. They're both 0 for 0, of course. Let's have a look at the rest then. Finn Balor is currently on plus 18 after 51 after a fantastic match only yesterday, where he got 3 eliminations. Now, that was a pretty good... Oh, it was 2 eliminations in the win, wasn't it? That was a pretty good performance by him. You got Kane, who's currently right at the bottom of the rankings on minus 9 after 40. My God, does he need some points today? The Fiend Bray Wyatt is on minus 2 after 35. Muertes is on plus 9 after 16, but he's minus 3 for the year. Yushin Liger is on a plus 7 after 15, so he's doing pretty well as well. And then finally, it's Danhausen, I believe. That's everyone. Danhausen's on 0 after 6. There you go. So you know who everyone is now. So yeah, Devil's favourite demon match. All these guys have got quite demonic gimmicks or are people that have come from hell or so forth. So I thought it was an interesting way of doing things, especially for Halloween Havoc. It doesn't mean we've got 2 massive elimination matches on this card though, as Belcegor going down for the pin on Finn Balor, only a 1 count. I mean, I don't really... For me, I would like to see Kane and the Fiend do well. Only because the pair of them are desperate for ranking points. Finn Balor's already pretty high up and of course had that good performance yesterday. Jushin Liger's already done pretty well for himself anyway. Belcegor and Difunto, I don't know how much we'll use those 2 in the future. I mean, they're really, really good for Halloween Havoc, but how many use we're going to get out of them moving forward. I mean, Belcegor, I think, is quite a new character in AAA. Let's have a quick look. Belcegor, okay, he's got no ratings whatsoever. He's got 17 years of in-ring experience. He's got no ratings at all on Cage Match. He's been wrestling for... Okay. He's been wrestling for AAA for quite some time. It looks like he's been teaming up quite a lot with Chessman as well. Difunto. He's got 15 ratings. He's currently at a 7.31 out of 10. He is a wrestler from CMLL more than anything. And he is 37 years of age. So yeah, the pair of them, they're not exactly new up-and-comers. They're both like established stars across both of the companies. But again, I just don't know outside of Halloween Havoc where the 2 of them fit in. But maybe we can squeeze them in somewhere. Belcegor now, especially if one of them does really well today, they'll be forced to have more opportunities. And again, it's all down to you guys as well. If you guys see someone you like and you want us to use more, let us know in the comment section down below. We can always try and add a few extra people into the shows. That Fiend sending Finn Balor straight face first into the turnbuckle post. So, of course, ranking points-wise, it's 1 point for the win, but it's also 1 point for every elimination along the way. So there's 8 points up for grabs here. If Kane picks up all 7 eliminations and wins it, that'd be huge. He'd get plus 8. It'd still be on minus 1. That's how bad Kane is at the moment. He'd need to get all the eliminations and win the match, and he'd still be in the minuses. Not a good place to be at all, is it? As Liger there swinging the guitar. Not enough, though. That boot in the face by Danhausen on Belcegor inside the ring. Muertes now working over the Fiend. And Fiend has Muertes locked in with the mandible claw. Difunto and the Fiend have a pretty similar mask. Maybe they could be a joint sort of gimmick. Tag team, maybe. The boots in the face now by Danhausen on Belcegor inside the ring. This is the only non-title match of the night as Kane there, inverted chokeslam, sending Difunto face first into that matting. And that matting is very thin. Said this before many times, about an inch thick, that matting. So really, you're taking the edge off, but you're still being dropped on some pretty solid concrete. Finn Balor now sending Kane straight into the Fiend. Running close on the corner there by Muertes on Belcegor, and runs in now. Lariat into the back of the head as well. Kane took Balor at Balor, fought free, but Demon Liger catching Balor now. Is he thinking run in? Liger bomb! Liger bomb there by Liger on Balor, but doesn't go for the pin. Now Kane goes to the pin inside the ring on Belcegor. Still only a 2 count though. Remember, this is the only non-title match of the night. After this one, we'll have the Women's Hardcore Championship up next. Jazz versus Victoria. Then we've got Rated RKO defending the YouTube Tag Team Championships before the main event of Juventud Guerrero versus Eddie Guerrero Cruiserweight title. Of course, Eddie won that match by defeating Rey Mysterio last week in a rematch from their classic WCW Halloween Havoc 1997 match. Kane and Muertes going at it, and Kane just throttles Muertes now, looking to chokeslam him, but Mil fights back. Tornado DDT by Difunto on Belcegor. So Belcegor... Alright, apologies, we had a slight little crash of the old software there. I was talking about, obviously, Chessman teaming up with Belcegor, I believe. I'm just looking, actually, it's not necessarily the case anymore. So it was Belcegor and Chessman together, but now it looks like there is a new group called Los Vipers, which is Belcegor with someone called Hysteria and Toros, which is basically the Beast Mortos. As we said before with Mexican wrestling, you generally have the character rather than the individual. So after Black Taurus left AAA, he kept his gimmick and became the Beast Mortos. But AAA owned Black Taurus, so they've recast it as somebody new. So yeah, they've got Taurus, Belcegor, and Hysteria as Los Vipers, which is interesting. They wrestled as recently as last week against, who's El Hijo Rey Mysterio? Is he related to Rey Mysterio? He is the son of Rey Mysterio according to the name. But I wonder if he is actually, I don't know if Rey Mysterio's got a brother, to be honest. El Hijo de Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, so he's Rey Mysterio's cousin. Okay. There you go. You learn something new every day. So no elimination still as of yet in this one. The Fiend Bray Wyatt now has Kane under control and going to work together with Finn Balor. Didn't really work out too well though. Kane taking the pair of them out. Defunto and Belcegor having a good little battle inside the ring. Maybe it'd be fun one week just to do AAA versus CMLL. Do a full-on Mexican show, put the best versus the best. And whatever there is to put together, I suppose. There's a pin there on the outside, only a 2 count. Defunto now with a pin on Belcegor. So it'll take a while for the referee to get in the ring. He finally does. There's a 1, 2, only a 2 count. Demon Balor gets dropped with a Fisherman's Brainbuster on the outside by Demon Liger. Defunto, though, now stalking the ground of Belcegor. And now inverted. Oh, no, the backbreaker. Wow. Pin by Danhausen on Balor. Can you imagine? Wow. Can you imagine if Finn Balor was eliminated by Danhausen? That'd be mad. Pin now by Difunto on Belcegor. This could be enough to see the end of Belcegor. It is indeed. Difunto gets a point on his debut, taking down Belcegor. It was an unsuccessful debut. He moves down to a -1. After one match, Difunto, with that point, moves up to a +1. Of course, the match is not over yet. Still chance to gain some more points. Difunto now bringing Danhausen out the hard way. Difunto could be on one here. There's the pin by him. Oh, almost getting the 3 count again, this time on Danhausen, but it wasn't quite enough. Finn Balor back in the ring now, as is the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Finn Gets on the back of the Fiend. Spins him round into the corner. And now Finn, we've seen this before, likes to go for the shotgun dropkick, but was unable to do so. And that's allowed now the Fiend. Oh, that is brutal. Right on the ribs. That looks so painful, that did. Demon Liger now taking Difunto up. Is he thinking run in? Liger bomb on the outside. There's the pin. Referee incredibly slow as always. Finally in position. 1, 2... and it's not enough. It probably would have been if the referee was not so terrible. Demon Liger up on top. Cross body on Kane. Demon Liger now with a pin on Kane. This would sum Kane up completely. He had a big opportunity here to get some points, but he's still in it. There's the boot right in the gut. No, Difunto just taking out the knee of Demon Liger. Absolutely brutal. The Demon Liger now German suplex on Difunto. Catches Danhausen over. Danhausen spins it around into a bridging German suplex. Only a 1 count. So only 1 elimination so far. That was Difunto eliminating Belcegor. The Fiend Bray Wyatt there just breaking the light tube across the gut of Difunto. DDT there by Muertes on Finn Balor. Difunto working over Kane now as well. Danhausen trying to lift Demon Balor, but doesn't seem to have Demon Liger doesn't seem to have the energy to do so. Pin now by Demon Liger on Danhausen. Still only a 2 count. Muertes now sending Liger into the ring steps, taking Balor up on the shoulders, going to drop him face first on the apron. Difunto, lovely Michinoku driver on Muertes, doesn't go for the pin though. Kane now being caught by Danhausen straight into the ring post. And it is a pin, and it is elimination there. Danhausen is gone by the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Danhausen is eliminated. He moves down to a -1 after 7. And the Fiend gets himself a point. He needed that. That moves him up to a -1 after 35. Finn Balor now with a pin on Muertes. Muertes is gone. He drops down to a +8 after 17. -4 for 4 now for Muertes. But it was Finn Balor, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Finn Balor got the elimination, wasn't it? Finn Balor then, with that elimination, moves up to a +19 after 51. Demon Liger with a pin now on the Fiend. Not enough. Difunto taking Balor up. Balor fights back. Finn Balor now underhook. Brainbuster attempted, but oh! Caught by the Fiend in with the mandible claw. Fiend now trying to send Kane away. Kane reverses it. Kane needs at least 1 or 2 eliminations. He needs all these eliminations. He needs every single point he can get because he's been despicable so far. I mean, for the last 4 or 5 years, he's been absolutely awful. Brainbuster there on the outside by Liger now as Kane does have Difunto throttled. Up he goes, down he goes with the chokeslam. There's the pin. Surely Kane is going to get himself a point here. Yeah, Difunto is 1 step too much there. Difunto moves back down to a 0 after 1 match, 1 elimination and then being eliminated. And Kane finally getting himself a point, as does Demon Liger. So Kane, with that bonus point, moves up to a -8. Demon Liger. Let's do Finn Balor first. So Finn Balor is out. He moves down to a +18. And it was Liger who got the elimination. He moves up to a... Oh, that's the wrong button. He moves up to a +8. And then there were 3. Kane, The Fiend and Demon Liger. It's both the Fiend and Kane that need the points the most, really. Kane's the one who's desperate for them, in my opinion. Well, he should be, anyway. Kane now taking Liger up. And going to drop him down. Tombstone pile driver on the outside. Drops into the pin on Demon Liger for the 1, 2. And Kane's got another. Nice. Demon Liger is out. He drops back down to a +7 after 16 matches. Kane, with that elimination now, gets another point, which moves him up to a -7 after 40. And it could be even better here for him. Pins the Fiend. Oh, it's only a 2. So Kane at least is walking out of this match with a positive. He's gained 2 points so far. He's either going to walk out with 2 more, or he's going to walk out on +1. Either way, it's not terrible, but the +2 more would be the best. If he can move out of this match with +4 in this one, that would be great. And that would actually put him up to a positive for the year as well. And it would move him up about 15, 20 positions in the ranking system. Still be on -5, but it's still not great. But considering where he was at the beginning of this match, it would be very, very good. Kane now with a trash can lid straight into the grounded. Oh, Fiend. The running knee strike caught him out, though. Kane now sending Fiend crashing down to the mat. Tripped over his own feet and just collapsed down to the mat. There's the leg drop as well by Kane. Working over Fiend with those big strikes into the face. Kane now sending the Fiend back into the ring. Kane now, was looking to run in for a clothesline, but got completely missed. And the Fiend catches him with that sleeper hold. Kane fighting back, though, with the jawbreaker. Kane spinning the Fiend round, takes him up and drops him spine first. Wow. Kane now stalking. I thought he was going to go for the chokeslam, but decided against it, and he wasted so much time. And look at the Fiend now, using Kane to dance with him. And now straight into the Sister Abigail. That could be the end of the match and the end of Kane. There's the pin for the 1, for the 2. No, Kane able to survive. Wow. The Fiend outside now grabbing a hold of the trash can lid. Smashed it right across the head of Kane. And right across the kneecaps as well. Very, very painful maneuver once again. The Fiend stalking. One Sister Abigail, was it enough? There's the mandible claw. That might be enough to finish off Kane. It is indeed. Kane has to tap. So Kane has lost the match, but he still gains 1 point from getting 2 eliminations. So it's not the end of the world for Kane, but he still sits on -8. Not great for him, but the Fiend is the one who has taken full advantage of this opportunity. With that win and extra elimination for him, he is going to move himself from a -2 up to a +1 in one foul swoop. He's going to go from 883rd position all the way up to 369th. He's got over 500 positions in one match. Huge match for the Fiend Bray Wyatt. And it's gone sort of how I expected. I mean, Kane, Bray Wyatt, Demon Liger were the ones that sort of went the distance. I thought Demon Balor would do a little bit better, but he got eliminated a bit earlier on. But yeah, Kane's done okay. I don't know. I don't even know how to help Kane more, to be honest. We've given him so many chances. He's had tag team matches. He's had singles matches. He's had every opportunity he possibly can do. And he's still, is that -2 for the year now, is it, I think, for Kane? He is on... He's still -2 for the year after 7. -8 overall after 41 matches. It's tricky, isn't it? But we'll find a way. The Fiend Bray Wyatt is victorious. He is officially the Devil's favourite demon. The lights went off. Is this part of his celebration? Oh, yes, okay. He's now at the end of the ramp. Okay, interesting. Very interesting indeed, but that was the end of the non-title aspect of the night. Let's move back into the championships. And here we go then, SWE Women's Hardcore Championship. We've got the current champion, Jazz, making what might actually be her first defense of the belt. Let's go quick check. Jazz. Yes, it is. It's Jazz's first defense of the championship. She won it back at Invasion when she defeated Aja Kong and Bull Nakano in a triple threat match. And she is taking on Victoria, who of course has won this opportunity by winning a 10-woman Monsters Ball Gauntlet match last week, defeating the likes of Nikki Cross, Luna Vachon, Daphne, Rosemary, Maxi Impaler, Abaddon, Su Yung, Alexa Bliss, and Fukujin Death. So big opportunity for Victoria. Obviously she's on the game now this year, so it's a big chance for her to continue building up some more points. She currently sits 18th in the ranking system with +6 after 7 matches. She's +4 for this year alone. And then we have Jazz, the current women's champion, women's hardcore champion, I should say, who is in 46th position with +3 after 3. So the bell goes, we are underway. Jazz's first title defense. And Victoria's first opportunity at a title in SWE, so someone's got to give. Victoria now dropping the elbow drop. I mean, this is a tricky one for me. I would love to see Victoria win because she's on the game now. It'd be a really cool person to have the title. I think she's massively underrated when you look at the history of the WWE Women's Division. People talk about the likes of Lita and Trish and people like that. But I think Victoria should be spoken about a lot more. I mean, the Bella Twins get more references than Victoria. AJ Lee, and I'll be honest, as much as AJ Lee was a great in-ring competitor, she was nowhere near as good as Victoria. Victoria was incredible. But I think she was just in the wrong era. She was in the era where women's wrestling wasn't really bothered with. But there you go. Victoria now with a pin attempt. Not even a 1 count though. Now going after Jazz. Jazz able to duck out the way. This is the second of 4 championship matches tonight. We've already seen, of course, the hardcore title in the opening match, Undertaker versus Electroshock. We've got this one up next. We'll have the YouTube Tag Team Championships, Rated RKO versus Chessman, Electroshock versus the Acolytes versus Decay. And, of course, our main event of the evening, Juventud Guerrera versus Eddie Guerrero. Cruiserweight Championship match. Victoria now heading up to the top. And diving in with a double axe handle, taking down Jazz. Victoria now willing Jazz back up to a standing base. Diving in once again with a double axe handle. Looking for the elbow. Jazz moved out the way. Victoria caught her once again, though. I don't know who's going to win this one, to be honest. It really could go either way, but at the same time, I would like to see Victoria get the win. As she spins Jazz around, drops her on to the sledgehammer. Very painful. It's a solid wooden handle on that sledgehammer. You drop somebody back first on that, it's not going to be nice at all. Victoria just standing on the midriff of her opponent before dropping the standing moonsault. Got Jazz now taking Victoria up on the shoulder. Victoria slides at the back, chopping away at the back of the knee. Victoria now, oh, looked like she was stalking Jazz for something, but Jazz able to fight back with the strikes and then tripping Victoria over for diving on top for the 1. Only a 1 count. Rolled through there by Victoria. Oh my God, that was freaking close. That was to a 3. Victoria now sending Jazz off the ropes. They'll try and pick her up, but Jazz fighting back with her knees in the guts. Jazz now big belly to back slam. Before now dropping the boot in the spine as well. Jazz slamming the arm of Victoria into the mat. Now Jazz, got jabbed in the face there by Victoria. Is able to re-enter the ring. I thought Jazz was going to take advantage of where she had Victoria placed there, but reverse DDT. Jazz now brings Victoria back up to a standing base as well. Round the back. In with that implant buster. Wow. But doesn't go for the pin after that. Probably should do. She's taunting with the sledgehammer instead. Look at the sledgehammer strikes right into the spine now by Jazz. Right in the lower spine. Wow. Jazz now dragging Victoria away from the ropes. Gonna roll her over. And now Fisherman's brainbuster, middle of the ring. Bridges for the pin for the 1, 2. Only a 2 count. We've already seen one title successfully defended this week. And I think this belt will probably get defended again next week at ECW November to Remember, to be honest. It just makes sense, doesn't it, really? Victoria now brings Jazz back up now. Into the backpack gory special position and dropped. I still want to say that's called the Widow's Peak. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but either way, that's what I've called it. There's the pin for the 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Over the top now goes Victoria with the leg drop. They got caught by Jazz with a boot right in the side of the head. Victoria back up. Oh, slamming Jazz face first into the mat. And there's the sledgehammer right into the gut as well. Pin now by Victoria on Jazz. Oh, again, it's only a 2 count. Victoria once again springs over the ropes, dropping the leg drop across the neck of Jazz. Jazz are able to use the ropes to advantage, just pinging Victoria face first across that top rope. And you might think there's not much to it, but those ropes are woven steel. They might look springy when people come off them, but they are woven steel. They are not nice to be hit with. And that was a lovely move there once again by Victoria on to the grounded sledgehammer. Victoria now up on the top. Big moonsault. She got some height on that. Victoria now with the sledgehammer, looking to swing it. It was missed. And now Jazz catches Victoria. Victoria, the elbow in the gut of Jazz, though. And now up again. Gory special position. This could be the chance. Victoria dropped her once again. She's got to go for the pin. There it is. 1, 2. Oh, my God. It's still only a 2. Madness. Victoria now on the outside, looking to grab a kendo stick. Swings it, cracks Jazz across the head and across the knee as well. Jazz with the boot in the gut now, looking to take Victoria up. Powerbomb position across the apron and then swung side of the head first into the apron as well. Jazz now diving shoulder block off the top. And Jazz definitely taking some control of this one now. She took a lot of damage earlier on. Victoria hitting her finisher twice, but it wasn't quite enough. There could be the second implant buster here, though. Dropped down. I don't know if this is false count anyway. The stipulations this game has in certain match types are weird. It really is bizarre. Because I don't think there's false count anywhere on Extreme Rules matches. Oh, Jazz setting the table alight. Okay. Not something we've seen in a long time. I must admit, this could be interesting. Flaming table, anyone? They're both fighting. Come on, somebody go through this freaking table, for God's sake. I don't think it's going to happen, is it? They're just going to keep faffing about here. Oh, there we go. Face first into the flaming table. Jazz is stalking. The problem is she's going to do something really cool, put her through this table, then have to get her back in the ring, isn't she? Nope. Maybe not. Victoria fighting back. Oh, they're all reversing so much. Someone just get it through the table, please. Oh. It's not going to happen, is it? They're going to get back in the ring and just completely ignore it, aren't they? Can't beat the AI, can you? The AI is incredible on this game. Both back in the ring now. Victoria caught Jazz with a sledgehammer right into the gut. And again, right into the gut of the grounded opponent as well. Victoria stalking. If she hits that Widow's Peak again, it's got to be game, set, match, surely. Locked in, backpack, stunner. It's done and dusted. Rolled over. There's the pin. There's the 1. There's the 2. And there is the... What the... How? What is wrong with this freaking game? Throttled, double-handed choke slam by Victoria. Doesn't go for the pin still. Jazz now working over, and then there's a stiff lariat. But Jazz now gorilla press, dropping Victoria. Now going back under the ring for some more toys. Finds herself a trash can. Throws it back in the ring, landed onto the back of Victoria as she was trying to get back up to her feet. But Victoria caught her straight away. On the shoulders, backpack. Boom, Widow's Peak. There's the pin. I'm not even going to say it because it is enough. There we go. Oh my God, they really kept us going there. Jazz with her first loss of the year moves down to a +2 after 4. But your brand new SWE Women's Hardcore Champion is Victoria. What a couple of weeks has been for her. She moves up to a +7 after 8, +5 for the year, and is your brand new Women's Hardcore Champion, becoming the 7th ever SWE Women's Hardcore Champion. Victoria. There we go. Let's do that. We'll do that. We'll do that and that. And then we do defeated Jazz at Halloween Havoc 2025. There we go, our first new champion crowned of the night. Will we see it anymore? I mean, the YouTube Tag Team Championship, surely the champs have to be the underdogs in a 4-way elimination match with so many fantastic teams. And of course, that main event, the Cruiserweight Championship, Juventud Guerrera versus Eddie Guerrero. It's going to be very interesting who walks out of that one. But there we go. Victory for Victoria eventually after hitting a finishing maneuver 4 times in this match. But there you go. There's our first brand new champion of the evening. Victoria is your Women's Hardcore Champion. Right. Let us move on. YouTube Tag Team Championships are up next. And here we go then, YouTube Tag Team Championships on the line. The current champions, Rated RKO, have held these belts for as long as time has ever existed at this point, I'm sure. They won them off the outsiders before we even started keeping track of who and when and where. Since then, they've defended against the Motor City Machine Guns, the New Day, the Authors of Pain, Joe Exotic, the team of Mr. Iguana and Joe Hendry. And that big fatal 4-way elimination match back at Invasion against the Hardys, the Road Warriors and the Eliminators. But this again is a very difficult match indeed. Defending against, we have got, let's do this in order, Chessman and Electroshock, who of course defeated the Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker and Kane, the Dark Orders, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, and the Knockout Brothers, Oscar and Yuto Ice. And of course we already saw Electroshock wrestle the Undertaker earlier on this evening, so he's not going to be at 100%. We also have the Acolytes, who defeated Mexico's Most Wanted. That's Damien 666 and Halloween. The Broken Hardys and Boom and Doom, the team of Big Boom, AJ and QT Marshall. And of course we have Decay, Abyss and the Beast Mortos. They defeated Luke Harper and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family. Lost Psycho Circus, Pagano and Psycho Clown, and the Dark Orders, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. So big opportunity for everyone here, and it's big ranking points up for grabs as well. Another 4 points are on the line here. 1 point for the win and 3 points for defeating multiple opponents. Let's have a quick look and see where everyone sits at the moment. Rated RKO, of course, the champions currently sit on +10 from 10, and they're actually +8 from 5 this year alone. That puts them in 5th position, which is also joint 3rd in our ranking system. If they were to win here, they would go top. Next up then, the team of Chessman and Electroshock, who are on +4 from 1 match. Of course, that was the match they won to get here. You have Decay's Abyss and Black Taurus. They are on +2 after 5. +4 from 1 this year, obviously. And then finally, the Acolytes. We have got Farouk and Bradshaw. They're on +3 after 4 matches. So it's a good chance for all these teams not only to walk away champions, but also walk away with a nice chunk of ranking points. Remember rules then, no disqualifications, no countouts, pinfalls and submissions can take place anywhere. Weapons, as I said, are not only allowed, but fully encouraged. And both members of a team have to be pinned or submitted to be fully eliminated from the match. And the last person or team standing at the very end will be crowned the SWE YouTube Tag Team Champions. And of course, there's 4 lovely ranking points. So effectively, you can be eliminated first and still go on to win the match. It's very unlikely, but it has been seen. Edge now wrenching back at Abyss with the camel clutch, but Abyss able to break free. Actually, no, there's me saying about being eliminated first makes it almost impossible for your partner to win. I've just realised that's what happened in the previous match. It was the Beast Mortos who got eliminated very first in that match, and Abyss went on to win it. So it is doable. It's not easy, though. Not easy at all. Bradshaw back in the ring. He could do with some points in the single ranking as well, Bradshaw. Lovely fall-away slam on Abyss. But Randy Orton and Edge have just been so absolutely dominant as a tag team. It'd be interesting if we do get some change. I just can't see them. I think they're just... I mean, you wouldn't say anyone's the favourite, because to win a fatal 4-way elimination tag team match is very, very hard to do no matter who you are. But when you've got 2 main eventers like Edge and Randy Orton together in a match, they are the most likely to do it, as difficult as it is. Edge though with a spear now on JBL. There's the pin. Only a 2 count. Vintage Orton there with a backbreak on Electroshock on the outside. Electroshock is going to be the one you go after. Bearing in mind the guy took a lot of damage earlier on. A lot of damage in that match against The Undertaker. Took a last ride and 2 tombstone pile drivers. He's got to be someone that you would think would be an easy target for these guys to really take down. Abyss now taking Bradshaw around with a black hole slam. That could be the end of Bradshaw, you know, because he's already taken an execution DDT. Now he's been hit with a black hole slam. The referee very, very slow to get there, though. Electroshock now taking down Randy Orton. No eliminations as of yet, but the damage is being done. I don't think it'll be long as Farouk Ron Simmons hits that Dominator-style powerbomb. There's the pin. Not enough again still. I mean, I'd be very impressed if Electroshock can go the distance, you know. Bradshaw now with a pin on the Beast Mortos, but Abyss was there to break it up. Edge now taking Abyss down. There's the pin for the 1, 2. Ooh, only a 2 count, but Abyss kicked out, but there wasn't a lot in it, I must admit. Nice takedown there by Edge on Bradshaw. Bradshaw's taken a lot of damage so far in this match. Chessman sending Farouk into the ring steps. Now working over Randy Orton as well. Don't forget, still one more big match left for you after this one. It will be the Cruiserweight Championship match. Eddie Guerrero challenges our current SWE Cruiserweight Champion, Juventud Guerrera. Bradshaw now with a pin on Mortos. Mortos is gone. Wow, for the second tag team match in a row, the Beast Mortos is the first man eliminated. And if Abyss is going to do this, he's going to have to do it all on his own once again. Abyss now looking to chokeslam Bradshaw on the apron. Cheeky roll up here by Chessman on Farouk. Referee very, very slow to get into position. Didn't even get there in time for the 1 count. Farouk now with a sidewalk slam on Chessman. Pin now by Edge on Bradshaw. Bradshaw's taking a lot of damage in this match. I don't think he's going to be too long in it. Same with Electroshock, all the damage he took earlier on. And now he's getting brutalized by the Monster Abyss. Abyss is launching the hockey stick straight into the spine. Pin now by Randy Orton on Chessman. Will that be enough? It is. Chessman is gone. And all of a sudden, Electroshock is on his own. It's not going to be easy for a man who took a lot of damage earlier on. If he pulls this one off, it's going to be incredible. Abyss now choke slams Bradshaw. But what this is doing already, you've seen 2 of the challengers for the YouTube Tag Team Championships here, both down to 1 man already. And Edge and Randy Orton are looking in a stronger position now. Really tornado DDT there by Electroshock on Edge. And if one of the Acolytes go, it's going to be a very good position for Rated RKO to be in. There's Abyss with a hip toss. Who would have thought a piece of like paper would be so amazing? You know, like when you buy a new pair of shoes and you get like that tissue paper inside the shoes? I brought a new backpack recently and it was full of the tissue paper and I left it on the floor and the cats have been obsessed with it for days. She's literally just, at the moment, for the last 15-20 minutes, she's just been running across the room and jumping on it, then running away, then running back and jumping on it and running away again. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm talking about you. She loves it. Electroshock now with a pin on Edge. Ooh, only a 2 count. Abyss now taking down Bradshaw with the black hole slam. Why is Randy broken that? Randy, you idiot! If Bradshaw was gone, Randy, you were the only team with 2 men left. Not what Randy's up to here, but there's the DDT by Farouk inside the ring now on Abyss. Edge. There's the big execution DDT on Electroshock. Doesn't go for the pin though. Knows the amount of damage that Electroshock has taken tonight. Knows he's not a priority to eliminate yet. Neckbreaker there by Randy on Farouk. Randy now taking Bradshaw. No, Bradshaw fighting back. Abyss sent off the ropes. Edge there with a spear on Abyss. That could be the end of Decay in this one. 1, 2... No, only a 2 count. Randy brings Bradshaw back up into a powerbomb position. Oh, jackknifed. Bradshaw's head hit the steel chair. Randy's not interested in getting pins here. He's just interested in doing damage by the looks of it. The boot in the spine there by Abyss on Edge. Big single-handed chokeslam there by Farouk on Randy Orton. If one half of the champions go, this could be... Referees are so bad, you know. Referees are so freaking bad. Abyss now looking to work over Farouk. Farouk catches Abyss. Abyss with the elbow in the face of Farouk. Big strike once again. Takes him up. Torture rack, shock treatment, backbreaker as Randy looking for vintage Orton on Electroshock. Electroshock smartly rolls to the outside. There's the black hole slam by Abyss, and this could be one of the Acolytes gone. No, Farouk survives. Wow. Madness. Look at Bradshaw now with Edge up. There's the fall-away slam. I forgot what it was called there for a second. Bradshaw now dropping to the outside. Farouk catches Electroshock with the ring steps. Then Randy Orton as well. Bradshaw now with a pin on the outside on Abyss. I think Abyss kicked out. There is the Dominator powerbomb by Farouk on Randy Orton. This is the big chance now to throw this match wide open by eliminating one half of the champions. No, it's only a 2 again. Edge now sends Abyss into the corner. Electroshock with Edge up on the corner. Edge fighting back with a reverse DDT. Bradshaw now has the ring steps. There's the RKO by Randy on Farouk. There's the pin for the 1, the 2, and the 3. That's one half of the Acolytes gone. So now we have 1 Acolyte, we have Electroshock, and we have 1 member of Decay. We have both members of the current champions, Edge and Randy Orton. Abyss, Chessman, and Bradshaw need to be smart and work together to eliminate 1 of Rated RKO, but it doesn't look like they're working that smartly, to be honest. Edge now winning. Electroshock up. There's the spear. Bradshaw trying to eliminate Abyss. Only a 2 count. Bradshaw now with a pin. Broken straight away by Edge. Obviously saving his tag team partner from potentially being eliminated from this match. Edge knows how important this numbers advantage could be. Electroshock now with Abyss up on the shoulders. Abyss fighting back with the elbows in the face of Electroshock. There's the RKO by Randy on Bradshaw. And that could be the end of the Acolytes in this match. There's the 1, 2, and 3. The Acolytes are gone. Where are they? There they are. The APA are eliminated. They move down to a +2 after 5 in the tag team division. In the singles division, Farouk moves down to a +5, and JBL, or Bradshaw, moves down to a +4 after 18. And then it was Abyss versus Electroshock versus the current YouTube Tag Team Champions, Rated RKO. They're going to win this again, aren't they? Rated RKO are just such an incredible tag team. Unless Electroshock and Abyss can get an elimination here and turn it into a triple threat, then obviously it makes things a lot more interesting at that point. But Abyss, stiff clothesline taking down Edge. Randy now, vintage Randy on Abyss. And if he gets his elimination, it'll be 2-on-1 all of a sudden on Electroshock. Abyss is gone. It's 2-on-1, and Electroshock, the one man who's taken so much damage tonight, is the only man left in a 2-on-1 situation. Abyss drops down to a +8 after 32. The Beast, Mortos, is going to drop down to a 0 after 10. And as a tag team, Decay are dropping down to +1 after 6. Randy went for the RKO. It was avoided by Electroshock, who then got walloped in the face by a hockey stick. There's the pin. Randy has his boots on the ropes. Doesn't matter. It's no DQ. And Electroshock survives somehow. If Electroshock pulled this off, this would be one of the most impressive performances in SWE history. Electroshock now with the strikes. Big double axe handle right in the face of Randy Orton, but Edge is there to break it up straight away. It's not going to happen, is it? Let's face it. Pin now by Edge on Electroshock. Damage done. And there it is. Rated RKO somehow have done it again. They are just an incredible tag team. Absolutely unbeatable. Electroshock and Chessman then drop down to a +3 after 2 matches. But now your new leaders of the ranking system are going to be Rated RKO. They move up to +14 after 11 matches and go full on top. Electroshock, with that loss, moves down to -1 after 3 matches. Chessman Chessman can't breathe. Chessman, with that loss, moves down to a +1 after 13. But Edge and Randy Orton continue their incredible vein of form this year. Edge moves up to a +16 after 42. He's +14 for the year now, Edge, by the way. He was +2 when the year began, and now he's +16. What an incredible turnaround this has been for Edge. And for Randy Orton, he moves up as well to a +10 after 43. Again, he started the year only on +3, and now he's up to a +10. This tag team run, although they're champions, they'll love being the champions, it's been so great for their singles division scores as well. It's been incredible. And somehow, they still remain champions. They are the most impressive champions we've ever had here in any division in SWE. Defeated Decay, Electroshock and Chessman, and the Acolytes at Halloween Havoc 2025. Havoc 2025, baby. There we go. We move on. We've had 3 title matches so far tonight, 2 successful defenses and 1 brand new champion. Let's see how Juventud gets on as he defends against Eddie Guerrero. And here is our main event of the evening, then Cruiserweight Championship on the line as Juventud Guerrero makes his first ever championship defense after winning the belt from Lio Rush at Invasion. His first ever title defense is against Eddie Guerrero. Of course, Eddie Guerrero won this match opportunity when he defeated Rey Mysterio last week in a rematch of their classic Halloween Havoc 1997 battle. The most famous match in WCW history. Well, famous for the right reasons. There's plenty of famous matches for the wrong reasons, isn't there, really? But there you go. So Hoover, yeah, first championship defense for him, but he has been incredible in our universe mode. He has done so freaking well. He is currently 22nd in the ranking system on +15 after only 9 matches. So Hoover has been an absolute beast. And then we have Eddie Guerrero, who should be a lot higher up, but he's currently only on +2 after 35. I think Eddie's someone I can probably try and squeeze in somewhere to November to Remember next week. Of course, Eddie did wrestle for ECW before moving across to WCW. I can have a look and see if he had any famous ECW matches. Extreme Championship Wrestling. Only in 1995 did he wrestle there. He debuted in a match against Too Cold Scorpio. That would be a cracking match as it is, to be honest with you. He had great matches against Dean Malenko before both joining WCW. Guerrero was the ECW Television Championship. He was a champion, not the championship. And lost the belt eventually to Too Cold Scorpio before moving to ECW. So it makes sense. Well, I mean, I've already got Jerry Lynn versus Dean Malenko planned in. So maybe we go with Eddie Guerrero versus Too Cold Scorpio. Eddie Guerrero versus Too Cold Scorpio. There we go. That match is locked in, then we'll squeeze Eddie in. So we've got some good matches lined up for next week. Now we've got Dean Malenko versus Jerry Lynn, RVD versus Tajiri, Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis, Mike Awesome versus Tanaka, obviously, John Cronus versus Hayabusa, Sid Vicious versus Rhino, and now Eddie Guerrero versus Too Cold Scorpio. It's going to be a cracking pay-per-view, I think. And of course, we also know that the Undertaker will be in the main event defending his Hardcore Championship against the winner of a match we'll have tomorrow, which will be a fatal 4-way elimination between Mike Awesome, Shane Douglas, Taz, and Terry Funk. Those are 4 of the highest rated ECW wrestlers on our ranking system at the moment. But enough about what is coming up. What we have right now for you is a match where I would say that Eddie Guerrero should be the favourite. I mean, he is one of the best wrestlers of all time. So in my opinion, he should be the favourite. Maybe he's someone we need to boost the rankings of as well. I don't know what his rating is in this game. Eddie Guerrero, WWE 2K25 rating. He's rated at 90. I think that should be higher, you know. I don't know. What do you think with Eddie? Should he be? I think he should be like 92, maybe. So Roman Reigns is 96. Rey Mysterio is only 86. I think Rey should be boosted up as well. Because, of course, at the moment, the game is taking into account people who is at their current level. So Rey's rated at his current level rather than his classic level, if that makes sense. So I think that should be upped a little bit. Yeah, there's a few, I think. It should be. I mean, Logan Paul being a 90 is a bit of a piss take, in my opinion. That should be lowered. Yeah, AJ Styles being 85 is a bit of a piss take as well. That should be high. Andrade at 82 is not right. That should be higher. Maybe I'll have to do a bit of work on it. Definitely, because there's no way that Jey Uso should be the same rating as Eddie Guerrero. That's an insult to wrestling in general. It really, really is, I must admit. Pin now then by Eddie on Juvi. The referee just slapping Juvi in the face. That's a match we should do. Juvi versus Jericho, but we've already got... Juvi did wrestle, didn't he? In Juven to Guerrero. So Juvi wrestled in ECW, but I think his famous feud with Jericho was in WCW. Juvi wrestled alongside fellow luchadors Rey Mysterio, Psychosis, Conan and La Parka. Only did a short period of time before all moving across to WCW. So, yeah, we'll save Juvi versus Jericho for another show, I think. Eddie now heading up to the top rope. There's the frog splash. We got a brand new Cruiserweight champion here. There's the pin for the 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count, but it was freaking close. Really close. Eddie now stalking the grounded Juvi. What has he got planned now? Juvi reverses it, but Eddie caught him with a forearm in the face. Eddie now drags Juvi across, slamming him face first into the top rope. And Eddie now sending Juvi's shoulder first into the ring post. Absolutely brutal. Eddie now backed away. What's he considering now? Oh, a big boot right across the face. Eddie now sending Juvi into the corner. Eddie now, what's he planning here? Is he going to go for a Frankenstein? He does, from the top all the way across the ring. Eddie with a pin. That could be enough for the 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count, but it seems like a matter of time here before Eddie picks up the victory. Eddie now up on top. There's the... Oh, he went for the splash again, but missed it this time. And Juvi pops up into that tornado DDT. Juvi now willing Eddie back up to a standing base. There's the kick into the shin and then in with a pop-up Hurricanrana himself. Juvi up on top. In with a 450. Eddie moved out the way. There's the power slam by Eddie Guerrero. Eddie had to hold the legs, maybe looking for a Boston Crab, but Juvi kicked him out the way and then in with a lion salt. That's the word I'm thinking of. Juvi now with Eddie in the corner. Juvi now head scissors, using the turnbuckle to his advantage to swing him around. Eddie back up at his feet, got an absolute strike in the face there. Both guys back in the ring now. Eddie went to grab Juvi, does catch him the second time around. And now Ian with that brain buster. Eddie with the pin. That could be enough. He's already hit with 2 big maneuvers. Hitting the brain buster as well. Might be enough to secure the victory. It is! Brand new Cruiserweight Champion crown. Eddie Guerrero moves up to a +3 after 36 matches. Juventud on his first title defense has lost it. But he's still +14 for 10. He's still in a very, very good position indeed. Juventud Guerrero. He's had such a great run this year. He's won more or less everything we put in front of him, but Eddie Guerrero is a special competitor. And, yeah, I'm pleased. I am pleased. I don't feel like our Cruiserweight title lineage is as strong as it probably should be, but with big winners like Eddie Guerrero, that's really going to turn things around. The Cruiserweight title history at the moment was first won by Jungle Boy Jack Perry, then Kalisto, then Mustafa Ali, Jushin Thunder Liger, Will Ospreay, Sammy Guevara, Leo Rush, Juventud Guerrero, and now Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie's going to be a fantastic champion. It makes me think now, should the Cruiserweight Championship be one of the belts being defended next week? It does make sense. I mean, there's not many belts that ECW people hold, so I think maybe Eddie defending that belt. Do we do Eddie versus 2 Cold Scorpio? Or, I'll tell you what, we've got Ray versus Psychosis in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Let's make that a #1 contendership match. We'll scrap Eddie versus 2 Cold Scorpio. That sounds terrible, I know. But Eddie will now have a place on the pay-per-view, and he'll face off against the winner of Ray versus Psychosis. That's a great way of doing it. There we go. So Eddie Guerrero is your brand new Cruiserweight Champion of SWE. So great for Eddie to finally win his first piece of gold in SWE, and hopefully the first of potentially many. Well, there we go. That's the end of Halloween Havoc. Hope you've enjoyed this couple of weeks. If you have, hit the like, subscribe, and the other good stuff. Apologies, my voice is absolutely gone because I'm away working in Ireland next week, so I'm having to record about 3 weeks worth of footage in the space of 2 days. It's absolutely killing me, so I do apologise. But we'll be back tomorrow for the beginning of our ECW November to Remember. We already have the Hardcore Championship lined up. Of course, The Undertaker defending against the winner of Mike Awesome, Shane Douglas, Taz and Terry Funk. We have the Cruiserweight title lined up now as well then, with Eddie Guerrero defending against the winner of Rey Mysterio and Psychosis. And we might even try and squeeze some more in there as well. We'll see how things go. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Like, subscribe, the other good stuff, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, God bless, I'm going to say bye-bye.